9710 or WhatsApp 287-0971. Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Tuesday, the 10th of February. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show, none other than the very beautiful Lady J. Lady J, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. Good morning. How are you doing today? Good morning to listeners as well.
Yes, yes, and viewers as well.
And viewers.
Yes, indeed. And we forget sometimes, our listeners online at REV-UP.com. There are also listeners on mytunerradio.com. There's also 758streamin.com and of course Radio Garden. So we had quite a few sites.
And are we on DBS this morning?
That's a good question.
If we are, good morning to the DBS crew.
And all the folks that are watching us on DBS in St. Lucia and maybe even across the globe as well.
They certainly are.
Yeah, welcome. It's good to have you. Lady J, I was playing one time at Bellevue. Okay, Bellevue. And my daughter recorded me doing my vibe. And she put that thing on Facebook. I had thousands of views for that.
Of course, Andrew.
Thousands of views.
Of course.
And then now I was playing at Dax on Friday, and this lady recorded the a little portion of me, and that was also put on Facebook.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah.
St. Helen.
Yeah, that's thousands.
I saw that one. Yeah, I gave it a like.
Oh, you did?
I did. I said, look at Andre.
Well, folks, since you like that so much, we have another one coming.
I did.
We have another one coming.
But Andre, you can do it for yourself. You can videotape yourself.
My son is going to do this latest one.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes, so looking forward to seeing this new one.
Okay.
Actually, it's a throwback from our event. I think our event at the Golf and Country Club. Yes. So I don't know. My son he held on to this thing and he's done it nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a little preview of the thing.
Of course,
But it's amazing how people like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's what
amazing.
Most of them go on social media for. This one is a positive one. But can you imagine the negatives? And people, listen, Andre, with all your clothes on, you post, you might get 6 likes. Just take your shirt off. You'll see just the shirt we're talking about, not even the bottom yet. And you'll see how many likes you're going to get. It's what people want. So, Andre, can you believe that?
But don't you think is the type of body that you get the likes?
Andre, no. But of course, if you well defined, you'll get more likes.
Exactly.
But even if the belly bound,
you still get likes.
You will get it, but you will get a lot of negative responses. There's a difference.
So let me ask you another question. What is the thing about having all these followers? Why is that? That seems to be important.
For some people.
Yeah, you have, a billion followers or more. You actually hear people say that there's 6 billion followers, right?
Yeah.
Why is that important?
Well, for the individual, I don't know if for the individual it's important because they have followers, but they are not following. There's a difference. Some of them have billions of followers, but they're probably only following 5. And you can see that.
No, what I'm asking is...
So wait, so I'm coming to it. So I'm saying remember, social media right now, you can be paid for advertising certain things. What you do, you can be paid. You can get money for it. So there are lots of reasons why they continue with the persons. For example, the more persons you have, take for instance the guy from Ezekiel, he acts like Ezekiel. He's one person, but he acts like 5 or 20 people, right? Maybe 10 people. He acts like his mother, his father, his uncle, so on, so on. So he has about 100 and something thousand viewers, so followers, including me. He was here for jazz, and people like that are people we would want to advertise St. Lucia for us, to get St. Lucia, or say jazz or whatever they did, to get St. Lucia on the map. So that's one of the reasons why it's important for them, because they will get more monies. The more people you have, more people will invite you to come to their fundraising, their bigger shows and so on. And Andre, why do you think sometimes you're being invited to play music, old school? Because we know Andre Paul as the old school music master. So Andre, you need to get your social media page going. and your son should do that for you, even if he's the one following through, but he should do it.
You know, when people are being investigated, right, these days.
Samson is the name, sorry, Samson. Yeah. Samson is the name that I was talking about, and he was here for jazz, sorry.
No problem. When people are being investigated these days, it's so easy to get information on them.
Yeah.
The FBI doesn't have to work very hard, you know.
No.
Just go, even a potential employer doesn't have to work very hard anymore. Just go and check you out on social media, see what you're doing.
Well, it depends, Andre, because some people close their social media page. So they close it either only I will see, meaning that individual, or only my followers can see what I have. So you can't just come in and look at the person's information. You might see the photo, but that's about it.
You tell the FBI that.
Well, I guess they have the means and ways of getting into it.
Exactly. So that's the point I'm making. So I think we need to be a little careful with this thing, just putting information out there about ourselves. Some of us take a little pride in doing that sort of thing, but we need to be a little careful, right? You see, right now, Lady J, I mean, anybody who tries to get information on me using social media, it'll be very difficult. I can tell you that.
No, not
very,
necessarily, Andre, because just like someone took a video and posted it, your name will still come up once they have your name. No, I'm talking about
information on me.
But you don't know what the person have written about.
No, well, they can write whatever they want. That's true.
So that's information.
But that doesn't mean that what they're writing is correct or true.
Is information.
Right? So I'm just saying, for where I stand there, man, you have
basic information. They might be looking for Andre's age, where he's working, what he does. That's already there, Andre.
Yeah, but if for example, the U.S. Embassy, you're going to apply for a visa, and they want to check you out, they want to check you out and see what's going on. Best place, social media. Okay, I'm just saying
they
me.
They do check your social media page.
They'll have a difficult time, boy. Yeah, because I'm not all that thing, giving out information about myself and this kind of thing. I'm very, very, very careful with this sort of thing.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I see people just posting everything about their personal lives and so on, all kind of private things coming out. What kind of things that? My daughter put Snapchat on my phone, and that's a very interesting experience. And a whole bunch of females, of course, asking to be friends and so on. Okay, so you open the thing to see what's going on, and I haven't come across one of these females who's doing something different. They're all doing the same thing, shaking their butt. It's like that's a plan, man. That's
what sells. So that's why they're doing it. Because like I say, the more, if you put yourself in swimwear, Andre, everybody's going to follow you or like that photo.
Yeah.
And if that's what you want, because you want to build on your followers, then you the more nudity you post is the more followers you're going to get.
There's one of them that just appeared there. Was it yesterday? And when I opened the thing, the girl is just smoking marijuana. Yeah, and I'm saying that's the impression that you want to give somebody.
Oh, some people would love it.
Some of them just go, who that? Who that? It's like, wow, boy.
I limit myself on some of them, so no. And I, the good thing is, or whether it's bad, is that you can also post on Facebook through your WhatsApp. You don't have to go on the on the page. You can actually post. So sometimes if I'm posting something, I'm posting it from my WhatsApp. And some days I haven't even been, or some weeks I haven't even been on Facebook. Yeah, because it's not necessary.
But let me ask you, why would they want to be friends with somebody they don't even know? They don't even know you. Why would you want to be friends with somebody you don't know? I could be some sicko out there. You don't know that.
True.
And I have never responded to any of these
you don't have to
requests. I've never to say yes, I'm interested, and I type something and this sort of thing. I'm not interested in that sort of thing. I just find it just strange. I'm saying, but you don't even know somebody with kind of, with a lot of sick people out there, and for you to take those risks and just have your video of yourself and so on. I mean, some of them even show you directions as to where they live. Well, at least that's the impression they try to give anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, that's what we said, behavior. Because they basically building on their followers. Like I say, it's opportunity for them. They make money from it because there are people out there that, and if you open it, even myself, I get persons who are asking me if I want to do some sales and so on, obviously to advertise in this outfit or that outfit. Some people take it on. I just ignore it. Yeah, I just ignore it. I don't take it on. I just ignore it. But that's another way of making money, right, for that individual. But the more followers you have, Andre, on social media, if you're into the money, right, most of them are for the money. That's what they do, Andre. Okay. And, if that's one way of making your money, why not?
I guess so. I guess so. That's what you call thinking outside the box. Okay.
But then let's also look at Facebook also and social media for the positives, where you get good information, where you can learn a skill, because they do have that posting sometimes. You can learn a skill for free. Sometimes it is for free, whether it's 2 weeks, 3 months, whatever. So they do have the positives on social media. It's not always the negatives. We get the positives too.
Alrighty, so I'm talking about that positive and negative. There's this thing making rounds on social media, how I think allegedly, I'm not sure because I haven't seen anything official, unless you have, about some resort in St. Lucia that's, the embassy in Barbados, the U.S. Embassy is advising their people, the Americans, not to go to this particular resort and this sort of thing because of crime and so on. Right. So I saw it, to be honest with you, but I didn't even follow up on it because I wasn't sure if that was fake news. Right. Because, that does happen. Yeah. So
when I first saw it, just like you, I thought it was fake news, and I did go and check it out, and it is not fake news. It's not fake news because it is on the Barbados U.S. Embassy's page. So if it's there, then it can't be fake news. And the worst part, I think, for St. Lucia is that they've named the property and they're asking their staff, which is government staff, of course, and when you see it, it also applies to you to refrain. Although they're saying that you take the necessary precautions. But Andre, that's going to put a real damper on us. Not that we haven't gone negative with our press when it comes to tourism, but I think where it's coming from, it could put a damper on our tourism. So it would be good if, our government, our minister of tourism could speak up. I don't know if he has. I don't know if he's seen it, but I'm sure. Yeah, but they need to speak up on that because it could really affect us, and some people might decide to go somewhere else rather than come to St. Lucia. But
you realize the media, well, for the most part, they've been sort of reticent on that particular one. I don't know if it's all about protecting St. Lucia's image and so on. Yeah, that they're not saying anything official about it. So I don't know. We're trying to keep it under wraps.
Andre, I'll tell you one thing.
So what's the problem? What's the problem down there?
Well, from what I read is someone, we're going to keep the name out, the hotel's name, but it's in the south. What I read is a couple was robbed, and of course their rings and so on, and it happened some time ago, and they're basically saying the hotel did nothing about it. And then presently, a couple was robbed. So I think this one has raised all eyes and ears and everything else, and maybe that's why the embassy have decided to do what they did.
But I mean, one incident like that would lead to that sort of advisory something
It
must
depends
be
on the
going on.
couple. The couple could have made a big rah-rah about
I
it.
don't say no, but I mean that advisory has to be based on a number of complaints and so on over a period of time.
Probably they have
Because I
been.
can't imagine the embassy doing that on one.
When
one,
it happens
yeah.
in all countries. Andre, it happens in all countries.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that's based on a series of events.
Probably,
You understand?
probably.
Not just a one-off. So anyway,
Probably.
we
but
really
the
need...
story only spoke about those two.
Yeah, but we need some
Yeah.
more information.
Yeah, we
but apparently, as
certainly
I said, things are we'll just keeping quiet on this particular one.
I'll tell
All
you,
right.
Andre, I lived in Antigua as well. I lived in Antigua on 2 separate occasions. And one of the things that I find they wouldn't do, I'm not sure if it's happening presently, they would not post the negative news. They would not post negative news. I mean, they're stabbing and they were killing and all of this, and they would not post it. And our reporters sometimes have to know when to post, when to talk, and when not to. It's serious. If you want us to really be on the map and continue being the beautiful St. Lucia, we need to hold back on certain things. Of course, our government must be in control to make sure it doesn't go further. Because, robbery is not something anybody likes. You want to be able to walk in the town and walk outside of your hotel that you're staying at for a couple of days, enjoying whether it's a anniversary, a vacation, a birth, just a normal work vacation or a birthday. You want to be able to come and walk. But at the same time, Andre, the same way you would prepare yourself in your country, you should do that in another country. If you know you don't walk out with rings and jewelry and all of those things, you shouldn't do it in another man's country. Simple.
Yeah. Let's go back to the point you're making there. Doesn't the press have a responsibility to disseminate information? I mean, good information, good news, and bad news. I mean, I am a broadcaster. I read good stuff from our fellow Caribbean nations. I also read bad stuff, and the bad stuff that's coming in is coming from their own journalists, reporters, etc., etc. So why should we? I'm asking you that because you seem to favor let's not say anything, let's keep it quiet. For example, there was this incident that took place, I think, at a wellness center. All right, I think whoever the wellness center was, and I think a child died. There's just been a hush on this thing, All I read is
Well,
that.
the last they said
hold on. All I read is that this thing happened, and they're investigating.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it,
There's
Andre.
there's
So
no
let's
more-
give them the time to investigate.
There's no more information, right? Nothing else coming out of this. Just like the whole Tyson thing. It's like there's some things in our country we just do not want the public to know.
Well, to me,
Now, is
Tyson
that
case
fair?
is
Is that
closed.
fair? We are more than happy to get information from fellow Caribbean countries, and even in the first world. Oh my, we read those things. We have a great time on those things, right? Especially if we're reading bad news. We like that. So why is it that we have to keep quiet about what's happening in our neck
Not
of the woods?
necessarily quiet, I would say, Andre, but if you're going to give the negatives, you should give the positives at the same time. So at the end of your negative news, you can say good things about St. Lucia. So that person who is listening at the time or watching it on television gets the positive immediately. Because, Andre, one of the things that can never happen is if you say something negative about somebody and you have 1 million people listening, even if you want to apologize, these same people are not going to be the listeners. Some of them, not all. So it's very important if you're going to say something negative about your country, top up immediately with the good things about the country. And that's how I see it.
Which the reporters in St. Lucia, we do that. The reporters do have a lot of good stuff taking place in St.
No,
Lucia.
I mean immediately
Right?
after you give the negative.
Well, I
For
mean,
example, if we're talking about this hotel that we're talking about right now, when I read it, there's nothing positive about St. Lucia. It is just the story. And that was it.
but isn't what it's supposed to be, Lady J?
No. Because before this happened or before they knew, people were coming and people were enjoying themselves. And that is one end of the country. That is the south. We've got the north. We have hotels, other hotels. And I'm not saying maybe things are not happening at the other hotels, but we're talking about this particular incident. All right? And you put that out there, and everybody all over the world sees it. Someone wants to come to St. Lucia, and they decide, okay, I'm not going to go to St. Lucia, I'm going to go to another Caribbean island. I'm going to go to Asia or whatever.
But Lady
We've
J,
lost.
the one place we get probably the most bad news is the mighty United States of America. We get probably the most bad news from that country.
True.
And we flock to that place.
True.
In droves,
True.
by the millions. And I'm just not talking about only St. Lucia, all across the globe, despite all this negative stuff coming out.
Yeah, but there's some people who would still not go, Andre. There's some people that will still not go because you've got choices. I mean, there's...
No, the point
think
I'm making,
about, I know what you're saying, but think about the U.S. Yes, we had those things, but Andre, there's a lot to do in the U.S., you know.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point I'm making is we feel as though if we say something negative about St. Lucia, people will not come to visit the island. That's how we're thinking.
No, Andre, it is true.
And I'm giving you an example where in the U.S., that's just one example.
Yeah.
There are a ton of them, right? And we still go there. That's not the issue. These things are happening maybe in certain locales, certain areas. It doesn't mean it's happening everywhere. Look at Jamaica, for example. Okay? 18 murders recorded over the last, I think, spate of 7 or 8 days.
Yeah.
18, right? Does that stop people from going to Jamaica? No, it doesn't.
But it might stop them from going in that area.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
This fear that we have,
to understand
the fear that we have that if we say something negative, like it'll affect the entire country, I think that's overblown.
Yeah, but you have to understand the kind of hotel that we're talking about without saying the name. This hotel is a very high-end hotel. Lots of high-end people go to that hotel, Andre. People that could bring more people to our country. So that is the direction. That is what I'm looking at. Could be a negative for St. Lucia. Think about that hotel without naming it right now. Think about that hotel. Who goes there?
So Lady J, what's the difference if it's a hotel or you have a tourist who gets robbed on the beach or in the city? What's the difference?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is the country, and they're talking about the country. That's true. But I'm saying for that particular hotel, we get persons coming, not because they want to only come to St. Lucia, but they want to experience that hotel. So, Andre, it's twofold. I'm coming to that hotel, and it happens to be in this country. You remember, there are some people who come to our country, and they never even see the outside. They just remain in the hotel, especially all-inclusives. They remain in the hotel. They remain on the property because the staff get them involved in everything, so there's no need to get out. But there are some properties that get you involved and get you out there. And things will happen. We don't cause it, but things will happen. Maybe a lot more has been happening at that particular hotel, but based on what I read, it only mentioned twice. But maybe it was more than 2 robberies. Maybe it was more than that, and maybe that's why the embassy has put people on alert.
All right. Well, if that's how we want to do it. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. Let's say good morning and happy birthday to our very, very, very good friend, Mr. Sylvester. Yeah, probably one of our biggest fans at REV-UP, right? I remember the first time Mr. Sylvester called me at Radio 100. I remember the conversation very, very, very well, okay? And it was something to do with the NIC and so on, and that's how we started vibing. And he has stuck to
you.
to me, to follow. He's a follower. He's a follower. He's a follower.
Oh, Mr. Sylvester, happy birthday to you! Happy birthday!
Yeah, today's a special day.
He's a very positive person as well.
Definitely. And he always has an interesting way of seeing things, and I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I was listening to him.
I like it. When people can challenge something, I like that, right? And I find too many of our people like to. The minute they hear somebody challenging something or disagreeing, it irks them because they think that you're supposed to agree with them right away. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that you will not change your mind if you're provided with irrefutable evidence and facts and so on, right? But they just expect you now to toe the line. And when you come now and you play devil's advocate, some people can't deal with that. Right, so that's what I like. That gentleman. There are times he calls in and listen, and callers, man, listen. They tumble along in his skin. They tumble down in his skin, boy. Right? But that's just how it is. That's how it is. Once you see you go against the grain, people don't like that. It's like you're rocking the boat, and I don't like a boat that's rocking. I like it to go nice and smooth. All right. So thank God for people like Mr. Sylvester. Mr. Sylvester, happy birthday to you, my bro. Have yourself a great, great, great day today. All right.
I see someone on our Facebook platform has actually named the property. It's
But
not
that's
that
all
we
right.
didn't
That's all
know.
right. That's
I'm
all
not
right.
saying it yet. It's not that we didn't know. We knew. We just not mentioning. That's all. But
Yeah,
we knew.
because I said I had nothing official, but I rather suspect this one will probably pass underneath, the radar, but most likely will happen. Now, I have to say, well, I don't know if she's responsible, but we've been having a problem in St. Lucia for donkey years. The issue of stray animals, more so cattle. Okay, and we've had situations where cattle have been literally killed by motorists or the vehicles, and of course, when you see that happens, it's like you're going up against a freight train. When you see the damage done to those vehicles, you say, "What? I mean, a cow is a powerful animal. Yeah, to take that. Some of them suffer even after they get hit. They don't die right away. They suffer, and some people have to come and take them out mercifully. So this has been going on it's been what they call a perennial problem.
Yeah.
Especially in that shock area there.
Getting worse.
I remember
Worse.
I was talking to one of the owners, right, many years ago. I don't know if he's changed his mind, if his thinking has changed. But I remember I said to him, but you realize that this thing is posing a problem for motorists and so on. And, why don't you do something about it, seriously? And he said to me, the government at the time was in power, gave a certain person a lot of land and so on. So why can't they give them land as well so the animals can graze, right?
Okay.
That's what he said. So I didn't agree with him at the time. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's changed his thinking on this particular matter. So it's been a perennial problem. And I remember even in View 40 was a problem as well. And the police, right, had really begun to crack down on this issue to the point where they were actually basically getting rid of them, in a way that really was not, the optics, it didn't look good at all. Okay? And people were actually getting upset now and saying, why you have to treat the animal
Inhumane.
that inhumane way. So it's been a perennial problem. Now, remember I said to you that that issue exists also on the Millennium Highway, right?
Yeah.
And anytime you see I'm driving on that road, I'm very well aware of that these cows could just be crossing that road. I don't speed. I try. There's a certain area that they usually hang out. I don't speed there at all. So I have to say now, if she's the one, that's the current minister, the new minister for agriculture, that's Lisa Jawahir. They actually were able to secure location for pasturing for those cattle, and I was like, what? So how come that could not have been done after all these years?
Well, from what I'm gathering is the previous minister was looking into it. So she's basically taken over. And I mean, I have to congratulate her for not thinking, but just doing, And she took action. And Andre, remember you got the message late, but I think it was last week or the week before, I thought I was going to be late because we were stuck. And I thought it was an accident, but it wasn't an accident. It was all of these animals crossing from one side to the next. Mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, every animal crossing. And we had to just wait. And it was backed up. That I actually said I could just park my car and walk to work. That's how
Really?
I was feeling.
Oh my God.
I was feeling that way, Andrea. I'm like, Jesus, can I get out? Because, you backed up. I'm like, if I could get out right here, I'll just park my vehicle and just walk to work. Because I'm just, Andre, I was just by the roundabout, right there. Andre, I could walk. I mean, that's nothing for me, So I was starting to get nervous and edgy and everything. And finally, it moved. And I think I got here, maybe 10 minutes before the time or something like that. But, it was a problem, Andre. It was a problem.
Yeah.
Major problem.
According to what the minister is saying, that they've actually placed those cattle in an enclosed and secure area.
Good.
Right? They say away from the highway.
Yeah.
And arrangements are being made to ensure that their care is ongoing. I'm saying, but why did that take so long? What happened?
Maybe they were planning.
This has
They
been
were
an
looking for somewhere
ongoing issue
to put them.
for
I
so
don't
many
know.
years. So many years.
We'll have to find out.
So
the inner.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it's the current minister that just say, "Listen, I'm putting my foot down on this particular matter.
And if she did,
let's get it done."
Let's get it done. Yeah.
So if that's the case, Ms. Jawahir, congratulations.
You can lighten it. Shower hair.
Pardon?
You can lighten it, shower hair.
Yeah.
You don't have to pronounce the R at the end. You can just say shower
Well,
hair.
I want to make sure I pronounce the thing properly. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure I pronounce
She'll be
the thing
fine with
properly.
that, trust me. Lisa is so cool, I tell you. She's such a wonderful person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine, a
Somebody
wonderful
can
human
talk.
being. Yeah. A wonderful human being. So yes, so bravo, because this has been an issue there. I mean, plaguing motorists for the longest while.
Yeah. Yes,
I
Andre,
mean,
yes.
up to Sunday, I was particularly just in the Shock area there. I stopped to get some mangoes and stuff there. They actually had some mangoes there,
Yeah.
and they were just around the area there, right, greasing and doing the thing. I even asked the vendors. I said, "Well, do they bother you guys?" And they said, "Yeah, they come after the fruits." Yeah,
I could well imagine.
they do
Yeah.
after the plants and so on
Yeah.
that they have there. This has been a real problem, man.
But Andre, it's like they put them there and they don't even tie them. Or if they
No,
do,
they do.
don't.
They escape. They just get out of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Even but
Okay,
these are powerful animals. You know, they are powerful.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
You
is
can-
you have to get a stronger rope and a stronger branch, a stronger tree, probably tying them on a little thing. And then I don't think they tie in the babies. I don't think so.
Maybe not. Yeah,
They
maybe
just
not.
tie the mother and the
because
father.
babies usually hang around the
Stay with them, yeah.
the mom.
It's horrible, Andre. I am so happy. When I saw this news, I, as they say, I was elated. I was so happy to hear
And
that.
I also heard the minister speak about the Millennium Highway. She said that will be addressed as well.
Soon, yeah.
So that's good. That's wonderful news. Because I tell you, as a motorist, whenever I'm traversing that road, I'm always thinking that one of these cars is just going to cross the road. Okay?
But is it as populated
No,
with the cows
no,
as
no.
okay? Because
Yeah.
I have only seen one. I've only seen one at the time that at the time I'm walking trying to cross. But in the north, I mean, Andre, you can count more than 10 some days.
Yes, that's true.
And that takes a long time for them to cross because they have their own leisure. They're taking their time crossing,
Yeah, and I the thing is that everybody has to make a living. So I understand,
Yeah.
the concerns. I'm concerned about the well-being of these cattle owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have to make a living. That's how they make their living. And so we must, work together with them and see how we can address that problem. And it seems as though, at least so far, that finally it has been addressed. So let's
Andre,
hope so.
Can you believe this is some of them, because it's not one owner. There are a few owners of this cattle. Can you believe if it was yours and you had to go all the way to Viewport to get it? How do you transport it back to Castries? Or do you leave it there? I don't know if that could happen and tell government, okay, I like the pasture that they have right now. Can I leave it there? But they belong to me. I would love to know what the engagement is, what the talks are about. I mean,
Do you know where they took them? Do you have any idea? Oh, okay.
I know it's somewhere in Viewport, isn't it?
I thought you had a little
in the
soupçon
south.
there.
No. If I did, I would have said it. No, I don't. I don't actually.
Yeah. Anyway, I was talking a while ago about this situation there with Jamaica. All right. 18 murders reported over a period of 7 days. I remember just about 2 weeks ago, they were talking about all the gains that they made and how things were improving. The murder rate was going down. Now, it's been trending downwards. That is true in the case of Jamaica. Now, so far, right, for the year, they have had 51 homicides for the year so far, up until the 7th of February. Okay, 51.
Okay.
So they spoke about a couple of things that happened. And I think, I don't know if we mentioned it yesterday. If we did, please remind me, okay? There's a double murder that took place involving a 20-year-old and a 21-year-old, right? And also a father and daughter, right, were in a vehicle. It's a 4-year-old child. And this is the sort of thing that we have to condemn. Even if it happens in Jamaica, we have to condemn this sort of behavior. The guys are so intent, these killers are so intent on getting to their target, they do not care.
Yeah.
They do not care who's there, who's not there. And unless, of course, they may say, well, we didn't know the child was in the vehicle. They may probably argue
Possibly,
that. But
yeah.
nonetheless, they're not supposed to be doing that anyway, right? And trying to resolve the issues on their own. So, again, we condemn that kind of behavior, albeit it's in Jamaica, in the strongest possible terms, because this could happen anywhere.
Children are children and they're innocent.
Exactly.
So they really shouldn't be part of that.
A 4-year-old girl. And folks, the same way, if you're going to say, I agree with you, Andre, we should condemn that kind of behavior, let's also condemn it when it's done by those in first world countries. Let's condemn it as well.
All of that.
Okay?
Yeah.
When people are just taking out little children, okay, and little babies, they have no mercy, They have no mercy on the little babies. Babies are on incubators, right? And there's no electricity to keep those babies going because they're born prematurely, okay? And I'm just, going now over to segue into the situation of Cuba.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, you're wondering where am I going with this sort of thing?
Because I'm saying, what are we talking about the babies there?
We need to condemn this sort of behavior, right? Right now in Cuba, they've had to roll back, scale back, do all kinds of things now. They've just announced that there's no fuel to refuel any aircraft in Cuba. Well, those do the long haul flights, at least that for now. So Air Canada has already announced that they're suspending all flights to Cuba.
Better be safe.
Yeah, I think I know there's at least one person in the world who's very, very pleased about what's going on right now. The public bus system has effectively ground to a halt, leaving residents stranded. Right? Cuban officials also announced that bank hours are being reduced and cultural events suspended. You see, they're doing whatever it is that they can now that they can keep their head above water. That's what they're doing right now. The tourism industry now has been impacted severely. They said it used to generate like $3 billion a year, right, in revenue for Cuba. That's going to be no more. Right, and the sanctions against Cuba have been in effect, and I'm saying to you, as far as I know, in 1958, 1959, somewhere around there, 1960, somewhere around there, close to 66 years. You isolating a country like that, trying all kinds of means, using all kinds of methods. So as we speak, folks, there are people who are in the hospitals in Cuba, and we should be concerned about those things. Yeah. Whose lives are in danger because of this embargo. You have somebody who just does not give a hoot. I mean, I almost said something I shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
You have somebody who just does not care.
By the way,
they don't care. They just don't care how you're feeling, how you're hurting, how you're managing. It doesn't seem to matter. I cannot understand how the world can have people like that walking around. You're supposed to feel sorry for people who deserve to be felt sorry for. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Empathy.
A child is in an incubator. That's supposed to move you. A child is in a vehicle. Yes, you want the target. You have to say, no, partners, we can't do that. Not now. I'm not justifying doing it at any time. I'm saying there's a little innocent there. You're not supposed to do that. So if we feel strongly about those kinds of things, when we hear about these killers doing that to innocent little children, we are supposed to care just as much when we hear about these embargoes and the hurt and the pain and the suffering it is causing innocent people, especially the most vulnerable. We need to care. We need to care about those things.
Yeah. Agreed. But
let me say the same way. I'm condemning the taking of innocent lives, especially a little 4-year-old child. I'm also condemning that kind of behavior where you're bringing suffering on people unnecessarily because you feel that you can do it.
That's right, because he feels he can do it and he's succeeding. And that's very unfortunate, totally unfortunate. And we're counting down the days, Andre. We're counting down the days.
Now, the Roman Catholic Church, is very, very, very powerful across the globe. What they say sometimes moves people into action or non-action. And I want to say bravo to the Roman Catholic Church for wielding their influence whenever they can, right, to effect change. They're one of the few organizations in the world, when you compare them to the other denominations, who stick to their pulpit. They feel that they've done their part by condemning behavior amongst their fellowship, the members. But they don't come out like the Roman Catholic Church, more so with the popes and so on. Although I find the current pope, maybe he hasn't found his place as yet. Maybe he hasn't found his calling. Maybe. I don't know. But I find he's a little... Well, he speaks out. He does speak out, but not like Francis. Francis was a different kettle of fish. And I love that man. I loved him. Right? So the Roman Catholic Church is very, very powerful, very influential. And I want to say, thank God that they're around. Because if they were not around, a lot of the changes that you see taking place there would never have taken place, because the other denominations, I'm talking about the the other movements. You know, you have the other churches
the
there.
different churches.
Right. You know.
Different denominations.
Yeah. Right? So they don't really speak out against stuff. They don't really do that. Maybe that's their policy. Maybe they feel as though they don't want to rock the boat or whatever the reason may be. They probably have genuine reasons for that. But I can't say that about the Roman Catholic Church. So in Trinidad, they were talking about the whole thing about social media. Remember we spoke about that yesterday, and the harm to children and so on.
Today.
And they put some pressure on the Trinidad and Tobago government. And guess what? The government actually responded to that.
Good.
Yeah, now they're changing laws, they're passing laws to protect children, especially where things like pornography is concerned, that sort of thing. And they're speaking out strongly against it, right? So bravo to them. So the latest thing now, and it's interesting, the Archbishop Gordon said to revelers or leaders of bands and so on, they came out to say that they found out that there's a particular band, it's called Tribe, that they were distributing sex toys in goodie bags to female masqueraders. Okay? That's what they found out, that this is taking place. And the Archbishop has given them a warning to say, listen, you all better stop this foolishness. Because if that's what you're doing, I may have to go back now to the government and make some noise. Yeah. So check yourself.
Bravo for him to come forward.
Bravo.
But Andre, I know they will, even in St. Lucia, I know they put the condoms, and I say yes to that, because I mean, even the ministries talk about, you know, safe sex and so on, and you know, people drink a lot, and you know, if you can use a condom, it will save you from a lot of diseases, etc. But sex toys, Andre. Why think of sex toys?
Exactly.
In a carnival band. Why? I mean, that's interesting, Andre. I would love to see the bag.
With the goodies.
Of what was actually given. I'd love to see.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the point I'm making is that
I hope the band got the message. It's too late now, because this year, obviously, that's how the Pope realized. But I hope they got the message, or they will get the message, or they get in the message. So next year,
that ain't happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
So he's warning them and saying, listen, the same way we put pressure on the government to fix this issue there with social media and pornography being readily available to young people, he says, I will have to do this. Well, sorry, we will have to do the same thing for this one. That's why I'm saying this, Lady J, to speak up. Speak up and speak out. Don't just ignore those things. You have a responsibility. You know, even more sensitive to what is right and what is wrong, because you're a Bible preaching, believing person, right? So speak out. Don't allow the Roman Catholic Church to be the only one doing this sort of thing. And that's why I tell you, I have to say, thank God for the Roman Catholic Church, because if they're not around there, a lot of stuff that would be taking place would just be happening with nobody saying anything. In public, I'm talking about, right? Because the other denominations, for the most part, they do the thing, you know, on the pulpit, which they do, and you have to commend them for that. But that's not enough. It's not enough.
They probably do it then.
So I don't know if this is that they don't want to be butting heads with government and so on. Maybe that's what it is. Some people don't like that, you know.
Or maybe the media haven't gone to them yet, Andre. We don't know.
No. He was speaking in a sermon.
Not this one. I'm talking about those you say that are not speaking. I'm talking about maybe the media haven't gone to them. Because how would somebody know that he said that?
Well,
the media would have had to be there or something.
It got out some way, somehow. It got out because he gave it in a sermon, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Now, you cannot be in a country and not even be connected to what's going on, what's happening.
I agree.
You have to be connected. You have to know what's going on so you can speak on these matters. So apparently now people like what he said there, so it got out.
I agree with that. I think parents also should be part of this as well.
Yes, I agree.
You know, I mean, it doesn't say the age group of those people that they put the hanky-panky in the bags. I hope it's the older ones, Andre. You know, because I've heard of Tribe, the band, but I don't know the age group for that band. I really don't know.
Do we have a band in St. Lucia called something like that? Something of 12 or something like that? Is it Tribe of 12?
Tribe of 12 is,
okay.
Yeah, but we also have Island Tribe.
So we have two of them? Yeah.
Yeah, in St. Lucia. Yeah.
Well, I don't think our people will behave like that.
No, I think they would put the condoms, because
and that's about it.
That's worldwide.
But sex toys?
But
what's the thinking behind that?
Also, where they get the sex toys, because you can't just go into any shop at any age and get sex toys. You'll see a sign saying 18 years and older or whatever. So how are they able to bring this in?
And also, are these things sorry,
I know.
sorry.
Don't ask me about that, Andre. You see where Andre wants to get me into this conversation, people?
I'm just curious to know.
Let me just say that so the listeners hear that. Andre, I don't play with sex toys. I don't believe in them, Andre. After all, the human being is a perfect individual. We don't need the toys.
I guess I could find out. I could find it very, very easily.
Oh, my,
just Google that. I just wanted that's something expensive.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what it is, what you're looking for. Of course, some might be expensive and some might be reasonable.
Yeah.
But Andre,
There's a particular one I heard the ladies talking about a lot, Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no,
how
Andre,
you know that one?
Because I hear them, Andre, but I'm not into it, Andre. But this is not the program for it. I think the program before ours is the program for it. And I believe he did talk about it one day.
Who he?
Shamak spoke about that particular gadget.
Oh, yes.
On
I think
his program
I think
once.
I remember that.
I heard it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ladies seem to like
some
that.
of the ladies, Andre.
Yeah, some of the ladies. Some of the ladies.
Yeah, I'm one of those. To close right there. No, Andre, I think the human body is good enough.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good stuff. So, when you think that we're the only, well, I should say we're the only ones. It's a worldwide problem. This thing about road accidents and so on, road deaths and this sort of thing. I read some statistics there from Nigeria. I mean, the statistics are staggering. One accident took place there on Sunday. Right, that's in what they call Kano State or Kano State. That's in Nigeria. This one accident resulted in 30 people being killed.
Wow.
30, folks. 30 people were killed. Right, and they said an unspecified number of people injured in this particular road accident. Okay, they said it was because of reckless driving. Okay, reckless driving. And by the way, there's a difference between reckless driving and careless driving.
Yeah.
The careless driving means you don't give a hoot, mamili. I just drive in, whatever happened. That's what they call it. Careless.
Overtaking
you
at any
just
time.
don't care.
Yeah.
You just don't care. I just doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so it's a reckless driving. All right. They said by the driver of a truck trailer. And they also spoke about, the gentleman spoke about, that's the governor of that particular province, and he was talking about how it was really heartbreaking and a great loss to the affected families, because you're talking about, 30 people in one fell swoop. I mean, that is really, really, really sad. Really, really sad. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I think we had one incident here in St. Lucia, I think in the Chazelle area. I think about 20-something people.
They still have never found the baby, you remember?
No, imagine that.
Still have never found that
Imagine
baby.
that. Yeah, so I think that's one of the greatest tragedies here in St. Lucia. And what is sad about that one is that the people actually came from a funeral. Can you imagine that? Yeah, came from a funeral, not realizing that was their last day. Anyway, so listen to these statistics, folks. And this is Nigeria. Okay, according to data by Nigeria's Federal Road Safety Corporation, the country recorded 5,421 deaths in 2024. These are road accidents, 5,421 deaths from 9,570 road accidents. Folks, did you get that? In other words, for 2024, they had a combined total of 9,570 road accidents. 9,000, that's in 1 year. Out of that number, it resulted in 5,421 deaths. These are huge numbers. Experts say that a combination of factors, including a network of bad roads, lax enforcement of traffic laws, and indiscipline by some drivers, producing these grim statistics.
Yes, number 3 would be there for sure.
Yeah.
But it's important. I mean, good roads is very important for sure. Bumps in the road, holes, big holes, roads not being done strong enough. Andre, look at the lady that just went into that hole on the way up past the Union going up there, which is now called Julian Hunt Highway. Remember the nurse who went into that hole?
The nurse who went...
the woman, let's put it woman, but I mean, I knew her when I saw her photo in the news years ago, Andre. She just went into that covered that... you didn't know about that?
I don't remember.
I think I was still at Radio 100
vaguely.
when that happened, Andre. In driving, it just swallowed half of the vehicle. Luckily she was okay.
So listen to the difference between reckless driving and careless driving. Careless driving is a reckless driving is a willful, conscious disregard demeanor, while careless driving is unintentional negligence or lack of attention, usually a traffic infraction, summary offense, etc., etc. Okay, and they say reckless driving carries harsher penalties, including potential jail time, while careless driving results in fines and points. So I guess you made a faux pas on the road. You didn't realize you were so close to somebody's bumper, right? And you happen to hit them. That's the careless driving. But the reckless one is one upamele. Okay, so reckless driving is a willful, conscious disregard for safety. Imagine that.
You're aware and you're still doing it.
Imagine that.
Like overtaking around a corner. To me, that's reckless.
Yeah. Or undertaking.
You never know.
Undertaking. You know what? We know what the undertaking is, right? Where they overtake you. Sorry, they undertake you on the left side.
They do that.
They do that here. They do it here.
Especially the motorbikes, Andre.
Yes.
Those guys do it from left to right and in between. Let me tell you, that's the craziest one. Yeah, these guys do that.
Wow. That people actually drive that kind of way, man.
Andre, you should really listen to some of the comments on this. Today's hot.
You serious? on the topic of which one? Which topic?
All the topics. What you spoke about, the toys, as well as the Pope and Trinidad. It's some of them are coming up and I'm seeing them. Some people are on your case too.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Not anything grand, but of course, some people what they believe in. Yeah.
I always say I like to go against the grain. You know what I mean? Now, finally, before we get into our love story, there's a nice, kind of bittersweet story that came out of Australia. Really bittersweet, and I guess that could happen maybe to anybody. And as a parent, what do you do? Folks, there's a family. They were kayaking, right? Someplace the outbacks in Australia, and they got swept out at sea. Okay, and they apparently fell into the water. So you have a mother, and you have two children. Let me see if I can get. Well, there were three in all, but you have one. I'm not speaking. I haven't spoken about him yet. So you have a 13-year-old boy. There's also his 8-year-old sister, right? And he also has a 12-year-old brother. Okay, so the mother had them kind of closer. Yeah, because he's 12 years old, the boy is 13, and you have an 8-year-old. So they were clinging to this paddleboard, right? For hours. And the mother now had to make a decision. If they stayed there, they probably drown. If they stayed there. And imagine the tough decision to say to the older boy, although she said that they learned to swim from a very early age, but to take that decision to say, please swim out and try to get us help while I stay with the other two. Because maybe if the mother had said, you all stay here, I will go get help. I don't think that would have been the right decision. What would you have done?
Well,
would you let the 13-year-old be responsible for the 12-year-old and the 8-year-old and say, I will go get help, right? Or would you do just like her and say to the 13-year-old, I will stay with the two, right, the more vulnerable ones, and you go get help? And knowing there's a possibility he may not return. That's a possibility as well. Boy, oh boy. So what would you have done?
Andre, well, you as a family group and as a mother, I think the most important thing would be who is the strongest swimmer. That's the most important thing, because it's no use making a decision and that person don't even get a mile from you because a wave have taken them. So it's a decision that has to be made, and I believe she made the right decision. I don't know if she would have been a better swimmer, but obviously he was the better swimmer, and the guy made it. And Andre, I think that was a blessing for her, having her children to learn to swim, and not just learn, because some of us, like myself, I learn, but I have no speed, because you just learn to swim and that's it. But like my daughter, she was actually sent to swimming. When we lived in Jamaica, she actually has gold medals, silver medals, and of course, when you don't practice, you will get bronze. So she did get some bronze at certain times when she was not supposed to swim, but they had her to jump in and swim. So, these guys, the longer you are, the faster, especially if you're good at swimming. So I think it's important that, people learn to swim, and not just learn, but actually participate in competitions. That really helps your endurance and everything else.
I agree.
And with this boy, also...
He swam 2.5 miles, by the way.
Right.
He swam 2.5 miles.
You know how long that is, Andre? You have to...
And in rough conditions,
Exactly,
In rough
Andre.
conditions.
A wave could have taken him and swept him to another corner. There could be some debris in the water that could have hit him. I mean, these things happen, Let
me just read a little,
Yes,
just a little.
Yes, our listeners need to...
The boy initially set off in an inflatable kayak and wearing a life jacket. But the ocean was so rough and the vessel was taking in too much water, so he had to abandon it.
Imagine that, Andre.
So
At this point,
he's on his own
boy,
now.
Yeah, this boy is probably saying, I need to make it. I will make it. I will come. I'll get help for you, Mom. And
that's
and
exactly what he was doing. It says, I just kept thinking, I just kept swimming. I've got to make it. I've got to make
yourself. Yeah, you have to talk to yourself.
And especially, your family is depending on you there.
Yeah.
But still, I can tell you, boy, I wonder.
Andre, I'm sure next day that little boy couldn't even lift his arm.
Oh, poor boy.
Andre, you have to float to get a little relief. Floating, then you fall back on. All the strokes that you learn in your life, this is what you have to put into action right there in the ocean.
And he said when he got to shore, right, he just had to keep running now to get to a phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
The people, the first responders and so on, I mean, they praised him to the sky, man.
Oh, he needs a medal, Andre.
They said that the boy's feet was superhuman.
Of course.
Yes, superhuman.
Andre, that's a Superman there, right there.
They said 2 hours
ocean.
without a life jacket, and he made it 2 hours swimming. What?
And not
what
that you can't do
story.
it, but you would have people around you supervising. This little boy had no one around him, and that's if he could actually see land. We don't even know, because I don't know. Did the story say that? Was he seeing land?
No, it didn't.
Because he's there for 2+ hours. Is he seeing land? Does he know how far in the water he has to swim to get to land? That's, Andre, for me, that's torture.
Boy, oh boy.
I praise him.
And he was able to get help, and they went to meet the family. They took them to the hospital
and
to make sure they were okay.
The family was still holding on.
But
in that
Lady,
space of time.
The point I'm saying, what would I have done? Would I have allowed my 13-year-old to take that risk? That's a tough decision, boy.
No, not if you know they're good at swimming, Andre.
It's a tough one.
Not if you know if they're good at swimming. But the stamina is important, because you could be good at swimming and you don't make it because, So she had to know that he would be able to make it. That's stamina level.
Hear what she's saying here. She said that she told reporters that she sent her oldest child for help because she could not leave all the children stranded in the ocean. So I guess she says that that's one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life.
Yeah.
That's what she said, right? She said trying to get to shore and to get some help. That's one of the hardest decisions.
He may not come back.
He may not come back,
as well as we may perish.
And then imagine maybe he didn't come back, and then eventually maybe they find you with the rest of the family, and then knowing that you sent him out. Oh my God! Wow!
Yeah.
What?
It's a lot.
What
it's
a story, boy! What a story!
A story that they will never forget.
I can tell you that.
They will never forget that story. But I tell you, that must be a whole lot of hugs and a whole lot of, Mommy, thank you for teaching me to swim, or sending me to learn to swim. One of the two. Because what they learned, he put it in action, and it saved the family, the entire family.
I mean, I didn't read up any follow-up, but I hope that boy was well rewarded for what he did there.
I didn't
Not
hear
just
that.
by the family. Not by the family.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened after,
Yeah.
but I hope maybe the county or wherever
course,
that they would really honor that boy and do something really special, special for him.
Yeah.
Because
he needs to be awarded. He needs to be rewarded.
But I'm just thinking, would I have taken that decision? I have the 3 children there with me.
Andre, you would have to, because otherwise all of y'all would perish. At some point, you're going to be holding on to a piece of board. At some point, somebody's going to slide off that board. And who knows who it will be? Would it be the mother, or would it be the 8-year-old? Because chances are the 16-year-old could just be holding on for longer. So, I mean, you make the decision. One thing I know, my mom was a really good swimmer. She was really good. But I know my dad was a weak swimmer. I know that for sure from seeing him, But So I always told myself if I had a kid, because my husband is a very good swimmer. He and Connie sometimes compete in the water. And let me tell you, that's good competition, because Connie don't want to lose. And again, it's stamina. You understand?
Yeah.
It's stamina. You need that. And I said that I would make sure she learns to swim. And you know what? She's doing the same thing to her kids. They're going to swimming.
So that's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks, that is really, really good advice. So many St. Lucians do not know how to swim.
To swim, yeah.
Yeah.
They really should.
Yeah. Now, back in our day, when myself, Tony were little boys, we didn't have those privileges. So we kind of learned as we went along. Yeah.
You taught yourself?
Yeah, like, somebody
Really?
show you how to do a little something,
Yeah.
and eventually you pick up.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it
good,
was back in the
Andre.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it was try with the doggy paddle first. And then,
Yeah. So that's how we all learned, like kind of on our own kind of thing.
Very good.
But nonetheless, most of the fellas, in fact, all the guys knew how to swim.
Yeah.
So
But the thing is, when you go to a swimming school or swimming lessons, you have the correct strokes. You actually know how to do your streamlining. But when you don't, most times if you don't learn the right way, you actually splashing and tiring yourself.
Yes, that's true.
So
That
it's
is true.
important to learn.
Do it the right way.
It's important to learn.
I agree. I agree. So, folks, that's some good advice there. From that story and Lady J. Encourage your children to go to learn to swim at an early age. All right. Okay, so we got to wrap things up because we have to make way for our love story that's coming up next, folks. I'm going to hang around until midday. All right, let's hope we have some calls just like yesterday.
Like yesterday.
Yesterday was so cool. Yesterday was so cool. So, folks, please don't let me suffer for too long, all right?
Andre, you are something else, Andre.
Okay.
But
So
I
looking
like your
forward-
honesty anyway.
Looking forward to you calling.
Listeners, you heard that. So please call. Andre is more or less using the B word. He's begging.
So let's just remind our listeners, we'll not stop the Facebook and YouTube and X feed. We'll just play our commercial because the program, Harddrive, is brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, and then we'll come back now for our love story.
Yes.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.ramballysfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves
Are you sleeping?
on 95.9 FM, the alpha of radio.
Up next, our love story. That's coming up.
Love is in the air on REV-UP St. Lucia. Welcome to our love story. Starting Monday, February 2nd, we're celebrating Valentine's with real romance on air. Call in and tell us how you met your special someone. We'll take 3 love stories every weekday between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Listeners then vote live to pick the day's qualifier. Tune in all week until Friday, February 13th, when we'll draw the ultimate winner. The grand prize, a blissful couple's massage courtesy of Blue Lotus, plus an unforgettable staycation for 2 at JJ's Paradise, which includes a room, buffet lunch, a 3-course dinner with wine, breakfast, and a speedboat trip to Soufriere for warm mineral pools, waterfalls, snorkeling, then back for lunch and a pool party. Don't miss our love story on REV-UP St. Lucia. Romance starts Monday, February 2nd. Call, share, and win. Happy Valentine's.
Okay, so welcome, folks. Welcome to our love story on REV-UP St. Lucia. This is our contribution to Valentine 2026. So you have to give us a call now at fixed line 572-9710. Fixed line is 572-9710, or you can WhatsApp 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. And our love story is brought to you with the compliments of Crown Auto, A1 Optical, Premier Glass Services, Kibby's Sports Bar, Foxy Roxy, Ultramart Supermarket, Ferrens Food Products, and JJ's Paradise. Okay, so now I'm going to stick around until midday, right, to ensure that we get our 3 calls today, and I'll be monitoring as well to see how things go, and if things are not going as we talking too soon. Too soon. Yeah. All right, we have somebody on the line already. Wonderful, wonderful. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. I know you want to hear a story, so I think let me call first.
Of course, why not? Why not? Yes, so just for because we have to make things official. What's the full name again?
Bernard Haynes.
Okay. Bernard Haynes. And by the way, folks, Andre. Bernard is calling from the diaspora. So thank you very much, Bernard. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Andre,
Anali.
I have been on both sides of the coin. I gave you where I am right now. But let me give you the love story on the other side that got me to where I am right now.
All right. Looking forward to hearing you.
Yes. Andre, when I came out of school, I never really had a girlfriend in school, because when I was at school, the person that I liked told me she was Adventist and she would not dare venture into that. So I graduated out of school. I graduated out of school and then I went gallivanting around. I met a young lady, Andre. She was beautiful, black, beautiful person.
Mm-hmm.
Andre, I do not know whether it's because at that time I was working, I had a lot of money just wasting. But this person I met at a dance hall, and I always remember people say, "Low henyo kai dansia, upakaiti dansia out of you."
Yes, my turn, sir.
Yes, and Andre, that person loved not toys but natural, and that person got me into that thing. But Andre, it so happened that after a while, we got into some trouble. Now I'm just giving you the prelude to the main story there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I got into trouble with that person's mother. We had been together for a while, Andre. And one night I went to the dance hall and I thought that person was there, and I saw that person was passing with somebody else. Andre, I almost go crazy.
Welcome to the club, my friend.
Yes. That person's mother, in all the noise we were doing that night, in all that noise, the trouble, we were having it back and forth. That person's mother saw nothing to do me, and that's where the bad mother-in-laws came. She did not come outside to say, well, hey, get yourselves together, stop the noise, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, Andre, the result of what that person did me was criminal. We end up in court because that person sent hot water.
Wow.
That person sent hot water and burned half of my body.
What?
Oh boy. Sorry to hear that.
So wait. Sorry, partner. Sorry to disturb you there. So why did she do something like that?
Andre, I have no idea. To be honest with you, the lady walked out. I saw the lady came out the morning in the yard. I thought she was just going somewhere with a bucket. And the lady just sent the water on me.
And wait a second.
When I realized it was just hot water.
Sorry, just to make sure we understand the thing. Is that the mother or the lady?
No, the mother.
The mother.
The mother.
The mother.
Wow.
The mother.
Mama.
But, Andre, I was so scared I didn't go back to my mother's home. I went to Cashways for a couple of weeks. I decided, let me get myself cured. I went to live with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
After a few months, I came back to my hometown. And sometimes a bad thing happened to lead you to a good one. Andre, I met a young lady. She came from Trinidad. And let me tell you, she was a friend of my friend. And Andre, I walked into that place and I saw this young lady and I said to myself, gosh, because I am man, Andre, the shabbins like you, but I love the plus size ones.
And
she was looking good.
Oh, plus size.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she was looking good, Andre. And I said to myself, I need to talk to this person. I want this person, Andre. Andre, I went in every day at my friend because I know she came to see my friend every day. So I'm going there and see my friend every day. Until one day, Andre, my friend tell me, look, go buy something for me. And this girl was just leaving when I tell my friend, quickly, there, give me the money, quickly. Let me go and buy the thing for you. Andre, as anything else, I asked the lady, with the fella money, you know, I'm telling the girl, can I buy you something? With the guy's money, I'm telling the girl, can I buy you something? The girl tell me, no, not really, you know, she's in church. And I said, okay, no problem. Well, you know, she's not into that. Andre, I say, I ain't giving up. As you know me, I ain't giving up. Next day, there is bazaar in town, Andre. I sit down by the square and I saw the girl passing and I decided to throw a word, Andre. Walk up and, you know, she was buying something and I say, I'm going to pay for it. You know, bazaar thing is $2, Andre, $5. I decided I will pay for the thing. Andre, everywhere I see the girl, because I know she was working somewhere, I decided to go and help the proprietor of the place for free. That's why the girl is working, you know, but I tell the person, I can help you for free just because I wanted to meet that person. So when they offloading the truck, Andre, I offloading the truck. I putting things inside. They cutting the meat. I want to cut the meat because the girl is there. I want to be there. Andre, so said, so done. I was able to meet her. But this is where the bad experience come from. I met the girl, we dated. One night she was going to church, Andre, and I tell her, you know, I just want to speak to her for a minute. Andre, I prevented the person from going to church. We had a party, and I actually brought her to the party.
And she was on her way to church, and you convinced her to go to the party?
She was on her way to church, Andre. Can you imagine?
That's the same one that said she's in the church, and wow, convincing.
And today I am a churchman. I'm a churchman today. But Andre, I took her to the party, we spoke. She didn't participate. She stayed in her room by herself, you know, and you know, every time, Andre, we fry chicken, I bring for her. We do salad, I bring for her. You know, because I know the person was going to church. I want to make sure I treat the person good. But Andre, it so happened, we finally got together. Her daddy didn't like me, Andre. Her daddy didn't like me. Her mother came from... This time it was the father, not the mother. The mother came from Trinidad. All was well, Andre. All was well. We had a good relationship going on. Wherever you had seen me, you had seen that girl, wherever. I tried my best, Andre, to stay around her. But to make the long story short, Andre, after a couple years we were together. One day I was celebrating my birthday in May the 20th, Andre. And you see, this is why I wanted to give you the bad part of the in-laws. Now you see where one mother-in-law took it into her own hand and burnt me.
Imagine.
Here is what the father did to me now. Andre, after 2 years we were together, things were going nice, I was enjoying this lady, Andre. One day I was celebrating my birthday. I think Brian Lara had just came to St. Lucia the first time. I'm a cricket fan, and I went to see, and I tell the girl, let's go with me. Andre, she came with me. She went to see her godmother. While she went to see her godmother, her father was there. Her father told her, you know what, I want to give you a little treat. Andre, I think anything was good. I think anything was, hey, well, it's okay. It's her father that want to honor her daughter. Andre, my birthday was the Monday. We just went up to Castries the weekend, you know. My birthday was the Monday, Andre. That Tuesday, the girl tell me she has a ticket to leave the country.
So
she leaving the Wednesday. Andre, Maltet Pwemwe.
So let me ask you, was it the father who gave her the ticket?
The father gave her the ticket, Andre.
Wow.
Just because the father did not want to see me with her daughter.
Why?
But mind you, her stepmother was so nice, Andre. Her stepmother she never worried. She always welcomed me. But her father did not want to see me. The father gave her a ticket. She left the country and ventured into the wider world, and she never came back to St. Lucia.
What?
And Andre, this is where I stayed And I was telling you the first part when I gave you the first story. This is why I stayed 6 months. I could not eat. And that, they tell you sometimes a bad thing happened for a good reason. This is why today I am 36 years with my wife today. So I have received both ends of the stick, and not just received both ends of the stick. I have experienced it from both, the bad in-law from both mother and father.
I'll just be curious to know where she is today. Do you know where she is?
I know where she is today, Andre. I just, publicly, I don't want to say where she is. But
no, that's okay. I was just curious. So if you wanted to, you could reach out to her, right? If you wanted to.
Andre, to be honest with you, when she left, she used to call me every Sunday, because at that time we didn't have cell phone. I was literally using somebody else's house phone. The person always come and call me and tell me, hey, so and so want to talk to you. But Andre, when I found my wife, when I brought her to live with me, the lady one day who I used to go at the home to pick up her the phone calls told me, Bernard, you have somebody in the house. I not answering no phone call for you again, and I'm not coming to call you again. I went to the place where this young lady was. I traveled there once, Andre, and I don't want to say fortunately or unfortunately, but I was living two blocks away from her. Never went to see her. She didn't know that I was there until I came back to St. Lucia. She called me and she said to me, so yes, you came to the country and you never called me, you never visited me. But by that time she was already married, Andre.
Wow.
She was already married. So
okay.
I've had it, Andre. I've had it.
Well, don't feel bad, partner. You're in good company.
Oh, no. After 26 years, I'm feeling bad.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, man, for sharing that story. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Yes, take care. Well, we have the listeners will be the ones to decide who is the qualifier for today. So, now is the time to call. So I'm waiting for your calls. The fixed line is 572-9710, 572-9710, or WhatsApp 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. I was just thinking, Lady J, this would be such a great program to have like on a regular basis if people were just calling more often. These stories are so exciting.
Interesting too.
These stories are so excited, man. Wow. Now,
we have to get to the end of the story of why the mother threw that hot water on him. We need to get through to that. That's not for today.
I wonder if he ever found out.
Maybe because he was coming after her daughter, but I wanted to know really if he got any damage from the water.
Oh yes, we should have asked him that.
Yes.
Yeah, we should have asked him that question because actually,
he didn't mention that.
He was probably a very nice gentleman because by right he could have taken the lady, to court over this particular matter.
Yes.
You don't do those things. You know what I'm saying? Wow, boy, these stories are so exciting.
She did it like he was a DOG out there. I mean, that is uncultured persons.
Okay, so here's your chance to share your story.
Caller number 2, we need
us.
you to call. Yes.
And we're making it worth your while, folks. It's not just that you just call in there and there's nothing in it for you, We have some nice rewards.
Now, Irene is still chiming in, and I'm telling Irene it doesn't matter. Call Irene, call. She's still chiming in that she don't have somebody now. But yet, you have a story. You were in love sometime.
Exactly,
we'll still want to hear yours, Irene. That must be a juicy story, too.
He said Bernard said something about he saw the lady passing with another guy or something like that, and that's how he must have felt really bad
at the place,
and especially when when that hits you for the first time, right? That leaves an indelible mark on your mind, because I remember I had a kind of similar incident. It wasn't like that, but I remember the first person I started dating back in the day. I remember after we were.
Careful, Andre. Careful.
Yeah, afterglow. Afterglow. I thought, as a young fella, you're thinking that you're in control. You know what I mean? You're in control because you're involved in the afterglow. Boy, the next day I see the girl passed me like an exam. The girl pretended like she didn't even know me, and I freaked out on that as a young fella. I said, but how could that be?
Because you probably were inexperienced, Andre. one. I know you would like that one.
I said,
I'm being terrible,
what?
but yes.
I mean,
that may not have been.
I mean,
but
maybe
yeah,
you know, I did
funny.
a bad, you know,
Job out of
job.
it.
But I mean, to just pass me like that.
Yeah.
Don't even
But
say
Andre,
hello.
chances are she already had the person she passed with. And,
I think so.
You know.
What?
She couldn't
So,
give that
folks,
person
you know,
up.
we have to prepare our children for the possibility of a heartbreak, because that's a real thing, you know. That's a real thing. Okay, so we're still waiting. Again, the fixed line is 572-9710, 572-9710, or WhatsApp 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. Now, come to think of it, maybe your story may not be so romantic. Right? It might be one, just like he described there, a disastrous thing that probably happened.
It started
It started
could
that
have
way.
been, yeah.
And I think he's saying some things that happened to him led up now to him finally
Finding
meeting
the
this
one.
person that he's with right now. Because all these things happen and it's part of experience.
Yes.
Right?
And Andre, in those days, a lot of our parents, I don't know if it's still happening, but a lot of our parents prevented us from actually being with what we would consider maybe now our soulmate.
Yes, that's true.
Chances are we took number 2 where we really wanted number
Number
one.
one, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine that. Imagine
Yeah.
a potential mother-in-law and father-in-law, right? They don't like you. They want to the point of throwing, I mean, what is hot water on you? Why? But you know, Lady J.
And he says his lower extremities, so we don't even know.
Oh my gosh. So again, I'll just make a point, but let me just get the numbers
We're
again.
getting our calls? Yeah.
Notice
Let's see
it.
our
I'm
numbers,
there.
yes.
Folks, I only have 2 eyes. And I have to. I'm trying to. I have
Look
to
at
be
me and
looking
look
at Lady
across,
J. I have to
yes.
be looking across
I know the
there
feeling.
because we have some,
All right,
little.
287-0971. That's the WhatsApp platform. Yeah, 287-0971.
And the fixed line is
fixed line.
572-572-9710. 572-9710.
So calm.
Yeah. Now you know,
Yes.
Lady J. I must admit, in my little career, dating ladies and so on. You know, I never had a situation where an in-law didn't like me. Not
Very good.
once, not
Very
once.
good.
And I
Very
believe, I think maybe even today is the same thing. I think a lot of people, because you know, I'm a household name. I mean, people know me,
Yeah.
right? And I talk
And you
a lot.
started at a very young age.
Yes, exactly. So a lot of people are very familiar with me. So they kind of have an idea, you know, what I'm all about. They kind of have an idea. And I think they kind of like me. You know, some people just like you. And sometimes no matter what people say, it wouldn't even change their mind because they just like you. So I think I had a little advantage over other fellas, where fellas now had to prove themselves because these people already had a little idea, well, what Andre Paul, you know, okay, I know him, he reads the news kind of thing, although they don't really know
But they
me
didn't know
per
the
se.
inner you. If you are a woman, a womanizer,
Yeah.
they didn't know that part.
I think they just kind of knew me. It's different when you don't know somebody. Period. You understand? You have a guy coming in front of you. You know nothing about him.
Yeah.
So I think I'm saying in that
They
regard.
looked at you as possibly a gentleman.
Yeah,
from what
probably
they
had a little
heard.
advantage over other fellas who have to work a little harder.
Yeah, makes sense. No, makes sense.
Yeah, but you know, folks, I'm just speculating here.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Now again, we know listening to the soaps, nice. You know, it's nice, and you want to call to say who you think should be the qualifier for today. But we need to hear your
So
story.
we need 2 more.
And don't tell me, we have a population of 180,000 people in our country, right? And you're telling me we can't get some more stories? I mean, give me a break. We should not be, hustling to get calls like that. I don't like that.
People are shy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
People are shy. We may have to get them from the diaspora for true.
Well, actually, the person who called is from the
Yes,
diaspora.
you said that. Yeah.
And if I know him, he's such a gentleman. I know he will gladly give the prize away. Okay, so now I think we have somebody else. Yeah, we certainly do. Look like a saga boy there. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andre. Good morning, young lady.
Saga boy la
Good
mem.
morning. I think I recognize the voice.
Goodbye, all right.
Yes, man. All is well. How about you?
I'm there holding on, not 100%, but I'm there, you know.
Yeah. By the way, before you continue, how is things coming on with your vehicle? I know somebody wrote off your vehicle. So how's that coming on?
Andre, I was very fortunate to get a door. People are looking for a door all over the place for the type of vehicle that I have.
Wow. So you actually
Now,
found one.
I bought one maybe about a year ago to take some parts from it. and I sold that door. That was funny.
Not realizing you probably need it now. Oh man.
Not realizing
That
that
happens.
I would have to use it. You
Okay.
understand? But God is good.
Okay.
And
So
when that happened, there's a guy.
hello?
Oops, we lost him.
No, he's right there.
Hello.
Hello?
Wow.
You know, we can't afford to lose partner. That's for sure. So okay.
Do you know the name?
Would you mind calling back? Just call us because something must have gone wrong.
Or maybe he
Maybe,
has us on mute. So
maybe.
let sometimes that could happen. You may have us on mute. Please check that and take us off of mute. Yeah.
Okay, so please call back my friend. I'm sure he has an exciting story to tell.
You know, whenever I have this.
Okay, here we
there
go.
he
That's
is.
a buddy of mine. So Anu Ali. Hello.
One of my is larger than the other one.
Yeah.
He just block it.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
So we get the name.
so
first.
tell me, hold on before you continue. Are you actually calling for our show, right?
Yes,
Valentine.
Wonderful. So just, for official purposes, can we just have your full name, please?
Mr. Vincent Frederick.
Okay, Mr. Okay, I thought it was Mrs. All right. Okay, Vincent Frederick. Yes,
Oh no, I won't.
otherwise known as Dr. Secret, right?
Oh,
That's
okay.
correct.
Yeah, Dr. Secret.
The one and only.
Yes, I. Okay, my brother.
Andre, I was listening to the young man story a while ago. He need to write a book and give each of us, not a page from it, a book. You understand? Now, he said a lot of things that I have not experienced, none of those things. Right? But I heard men talking about it and so on and so on. But one of the things that I noticed some parents do, especially the mothers, they don't want to see their children form their own family. You have your daughter, she is married to a man. Madam, stay at your home, let your daughter raise her family. Likewise, the son married to another woman, let the people live their life. But anyway, Andre, people say it's a romantic week. Yeah, romantic week. So they're expecting on the 14th for people to say Happy Lovers Day. What happened to today?
Well, that's what the show is all about. We hear. I'm hoping that people are going to be calling in. People have been calling in, not with the rapidity that we expected. So I'm very happy that you called, and I hope you have a story for us, my friend.
Yeah, express yours.
Yeah, your story maybe could have been one experience, or two or three or four. I don't know, but the one that maybe that really had an impact on you. To share that story with us.
Well, Andre, when I was younger, I thought I was in love. Yeah, I thought I was in love, but there's something they call infatuation. And one day, the person that I was with, I'm hoping that she's not listening because she knows she are talking about. So I was waiting for her to go home, and somebody told me that, oh, you waiting for so and so? I said, yeah. Well, she just bought a vehicle there. She and a friend of hers. And during those days, Andre, on the ramp at Pigeon Point, that's where young people used to go.
Right.
So she find herself going there with another friend, and the other friend had another friend, which is two men, two women. Coming from a funeral that I live by the roadside, so that's why you heard it.
That's all right.
Yeah, coming from a funeral that ended, let's say, let's put it 6 o'clock. You going at your home. You tell me 8:30, 9 o'clock you ain't reach yet. You got a ride to go home, and the people tell you, well, they have something to go and pick up on the ramp. You didn't say put you down. You went. Andre, next day when I went to work, a fella told me, "Where, boy? Yeah, boy, you have a lot of energy, man." I say, "What you doing?" Because I saw you last night on the rum there with, so and so, boy, you have a lot of action in you. And I know it's not me. Okay.
I think I know where that goes.
You're going to get in big trouble for saying that if she's listening.
Yeah. Andre, I feel like I just going up in the air. I don't know how far I would have reached, but I going and going. Said, what? Now, I don't want to tell the man it was me. I said, well, boy, when you're out there, you have to prove your point. But it's somebody else that was proving the point for me. Andre, when madam come home, at that time I was living alone. And from time to time, she used to come and visit me. When she came and visited me, I told her I don't want to see her.
I agree.
I don't want to see you. I waited for you after funeral yesterday. I didn't see you at all. Well, during those days, not everybody had a cell phone, Andre. Right? And now you come and give me another story. I don't want to see it. And then I realized, Andre, the time I was feeling like I going, I had a bald head, but I looked like it was Elvis Presley, the kind of afro I had on. Well, as a maid said, he couldn't eat. Andre, I couldn't bathe. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't sleep.
And you heard what he said? He said it took 6 months, for him to recover from that disappointment. 6 months. Yes, go ahead, my friend.
Andre, Mitt was good. He recovered in 6 months. You understand?
I need to ask this. You trusted the person so much that you figure out he's telling the truth. Is that what you're saying? About what he saw?
Yeah, but Heather, I didn't tell her what the person told me. I told her, I got a ride to the rum last night. I stayed there up to about 11 o'clock. Said, I went there with a friend, and start giving some kind of yellow mango palwi leaf story. Because mango palwi leaf, all the mango trees are flying all over the place when you get wind. Andre, I couldn't sleep. During that time, I was living by myself. Well, there was in a house. Well, when I say by myself, there were other people in the house, but we were sharing the rent, That one paying for that room, that one paying for that room, that one paying for it. Andre, I could not, I don't think I changed my bed sheet for about 3 months on the bed.
Why?
And serious thing, I'm telling you, Andre, I hear the noise in the pillow, boom, boom, my chest, my heart pounding, Andre. Yeah. And when I told a fella that, he said, Gasso, you know what happened to you there? I said, what, huh? Gasso, that's a GoPro. I said, what's a GoPro? Because, Andre, I never got that before. You understand? And I try to walk around it. And that is why I'm telling people, you see right now, the very wife you see that I have, she cannot give me a GoPro. You go and do your business by yourself. If you entertain yourself, not me, you saying to give and go. Whether it happened or not, no, Andre, it's true. Prepare for the unexpected, Andre. So as you are there with your nice little shabby, Andre, you don't expect one day when you join, you see a fella just jumping through the balcony. And
no, I don't. No.
No. Gotta have some kind of trust.
Boy, hour.
So what would you believe? Like it's not Eli Quentin Andrea.
Right. So you hear how he described the GoPro? Boy,
that was a GoPro for sure.
That not play.
Yeah, it was. I remember once, Andre.
But you didn't tell us how you ended it with her. Is that it? You never spoke to her after that?
We just talking, no problem.
No, we're not talking about now. That's many years later. We're talking about then.
Right.
Then.
If we're talking now.
No,
back then. Yeah.
It take a while,
Yeah, exactly.
Andre, at the same time, I had a group, well, I'm nothing to the river. But if somebody tell me she go down the road, I still taking a little walk down the road. Just to see her. If I
Yeah.
I don't want to talk, but I just want to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand? It is something that's not easy.
Love is strange,
And
boy.
nowadays, young people don't really get those things because they don't love. Andre,
Oh, you mean
at
like
your age,
Yeah. Mhm.
at your age, you used to love. You know what love was all about. You understand?
Yes.
You come from where you're coming from. You coming for a little rose for the lady. You know, she would appreciate that. You trying your very best. You know, next month you want to give her a little chocolate. You trying your best to see you put 2.25 cents together until you are able to do that, to buy the little chocolate. But nowadays don't have that, Andre. The people are depending on your pocket on a monthly basis. That is where they say love. I love my boyfriend. I love my man. But
So-
if one day you don't mention about your salary, Andre, a lot bughala.
Well, boy, that's for another show. Let me tell you, partner, Dr. Secret, it'll be nice maybe tomorrow if you can call in to give us another story, which is the one with the wife that you have
Yeah.
right now. That'd be a nice story, right?
Yeah.
But Andre, she's not nice wife, but we're dealing low way live if she's on game moon. He just want me like she doesn't need that.
You remember yesterday when our friend from the US called and he was saying, the wife was saying to him, hanging out your dirty laundry in public.
Oh, that wasn't a local call?
No.
I thought it was. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Secret, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Okay, take care.
Let me tell
We
you,
need one more caller.
it's actually a competition, and your name may go in the box today, and you may win a staycation, my friend, among other prizes. But thank you very much. All right, take care. Bye bye. Wow. So yes, folks, we still have. Let me see. I'm giving you 15 minutes again. Yeah, 15 minutes of my time. So let's get the calls.
Third
Let's get
and
the
final
calls.
caller.
Yeah, I honestly,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about
Yesterday
Lady
was
J.
good. Yeah.
That show could be a really remarkable show, you know, if people were just more open about those kinds of things.
But you can only do it once because that
No,
2-week thingy, maybe that's
no.
what
The
it is.
stories are endless. They have endless
No.
stories,
No, I
endless
know,
stories.
But one day, a month or something like that, so you get all the persons that they know in advance that they're going to call, they will call, and so we get the calls.
I don't think. I think the same thing would happen.
Because you think?
Yeah,
I think they'll
the
call on
same
that
thing would
day.
happen. If you have that like once a week or something, I think the same thing would happen. You'd probably be struggling. Yeah, because you know, as he
But I
said,
said once a month.
As he said that the lady probably is listening. Maybe they're listening at the time. Then you know, if you feel a little okay, you don't want to put anybody in an embarrassing situation because there are people we may not know who he's referring to, but there are people who
around
know,
them at the
and they'll
time,
quickly
yes.
call the phone. You know, did you hear that and the other thing? You know,
Well, Andre, if it's true, it's true. Huh? I mean, if it's true, if she did it, she did it. But that's then. I'm sure she might be saying, "Hey, I was young at the time.
yes,
You know, I've changed or whatever."
I was more foolish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, this is our love story. In fact, today sounds like our Gopwell story.
Yeah, both of them called with that one.
Yes.
True.
So,
Yeah.
so tomorrow, Dr. Secret, if you're able to, we'd love to hear the other story. Yeah.
All right, so let's give out those numbers because we really want to get these calls. One more call, actually. We only need one more.
Exactly.
To make it 3.
And you know,
one
we
of
don't
you.
have to worry about people calling to do the judging. That's the easy part.
Yes.
Yeah, the difficult one is to come out and to give the story. So yeah, yesterday we had a couple of nice stories yesterday, interesting stuff. Yeah.
So 2870971, that's the WhatsApp platform. And you can call wherever you are, all over the world, you can call via WhatsApp. And if you're in St. Lucia, right, you can always call the studio line too, even if you overseas. But I mean, you got to pay for that call.
Yes.
But if you're in St. Lucia and you want to call the studio, you can call us at 572-9710. Yes, 572-9710. Call now.
We have
Call us, yes.
12 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go. All right. Okay, so this is our love story on REV-UP St. Lucia for Valentine's 2026.
And all those beautiful prizes, beautiful gifts that couple will win on when they win in Friday, right?
Well,
Is it Friday's the 13th?
and they can
So
have
Friday.
their staycation when they choose. Yeah, okay, whenever you're ready. And in addition to the staycation, you can also win yourself a couples massage. Yeah, a couples massage complements Blue Lotus Spa and Wellness. 2 health kits, male and female. compliments Talcan Pharmacy on Coral Street, Castries. You can also win 2 gift packages, male and female, which include snacks, chocolates, and candy.
Yummy.
Compliments the gift fairy. So all that can be yours, including the staycation. So we're not asking you to give that
And what
story.
about
More
next door?
you have.
We have another one. You missed one.
Which is it?
Next door.
Yeah, I said so. Couples massage.
No, that's that direction. The other direction, where they have all the shoes and so on. What's
Oh, well,
the
they're a
name?
sponsor.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it comes
yes,
off. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. They have the ad there.
Okay, so it's not for the couple. Okay, gotcha.
All right. So, folks, we're still waiting. I'm going to give you another 10 minutes to come with your story. Yes. So remember, you can be well rewarded. Yeah, for giving us your little soaps.
And even if you don't have a significant other right now, you can still tell us, because it's an opportunity for you to walk away with that prize. So please tell us your love story.
And let me say something. Let me say something revolutionary. Okay, we don't have to limit it to man-woman relationships. Okay,
Yeah,
you can
love.
call and give your story
Yeah,
with
love
your
story.
male significant other, your female significant other. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is, and we have to be open to those things.
That's right.
Yeah. So don't limit yourself.
I think we've reached that level. I don't know for others, but I'm okay with that. Believe me.
Oh,
I'm okay with
well,
two.
bravo to you. Bravo
I'm okay
to you.
with two. I'm not sure if I'm okay with the 2 men thing, but I will talk to them and communicate that part. But I'm not sure if psychologically that I will accept the 2 men, but the 2 women, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have Shamak every Tuesday, as you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Shamak
is pretty open.
he's a wonderful human being.
He's pretty open.
When you get to know him, wonderful guy. Yeah, I'll tell you that. All right, so we're still waiting for you to call. Again, this is our love story on REV-UP St. Lucia. We're going to be ending at midday. So if you don't call, we just have to decide who of the 2 now, either Bernard Haynes.
And all those people we have on Facebook, they're writing, but not one of them. Look, Barbara just says, I'm listening. Give us a call. You are watching us on social media.
I think we have somebody on the fixed line.
Great.
Let's see what happens. Good morning. Hello.
Lost it?
Man, caller, you just
That
hurt my ear.
Yeah, I heard it, Andre.
Oh my God, man.
I heard it.
Oh man. Hey, next thing I get vertigo there or something. Gee, that's not necessary. I mean, you don't really want to call. Don't do those things. That's not nice.
Well,
that's
you
not
don't
nice.
know if that was not a mistake, Andre.
They hung up the phone. That's not nice. That really hurt my ear,
Yeah, I know.
It really did.
That's why I always have it partly on the air because of that.
Gosh, man. All right.
Be
So,
terrible.
yeah. In the meantime, Lady J. While we're waiting, and I'm gonna stay here until midday.
Until you
I'm gonna
get
wait.
the call, yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
All right, we just need one more, listeners.
Because
One
the
more.
story is just so exciting. They're so exciting. I love that. I really, really do.
And remember, if you've called before, you can still call once your name have not gotten into the box.
Exactly.
You can call to get that name in the box.
Yeah.
Who knows? You could be the winner today.
And you could just
Or
call
at
to
least
give
a qualifier to-
give another story, because I'm sure we've had a number of experiences, nice ones, Because as I was saying yesterday, Lady J, from my personal experience, all the relationships that you start off, they're exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you look forward to that. You like the
But then you
excitement.
could be in love and then you could fall deeper in love. So
Well,
we
yeah,
can get
exactly.
that story as well. What made you fall deeper in love with that person? You know?
While we're at it, let's say good morning to Kina and Snow.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're hopefully listening. Yeah, morning, Kina. Hope to see you soon. All right. And good morning to Snow as well. Hope Snow is being
pop
Snow.
up when it has the
Yeah,
name.
I think so. Let's hope Snow is being Snow. Yeah. All right, folks. Yeah, we're getting closer to the end. We still have a little time. If by, let me see, maybe 5-2, I'll have to start winding down. We still have a little time to give us a call at fixed line 572-9710, 572-9710, or WhatsApp 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. And Lady J was saying earlier, let me see, I think that may be a person calling. Let me see. All right, let's see what happens. Hello.
Fixed line?
Hello.
Hello. Hi,
Oh,
Andre.
hello there. I had to do it a little sheepishly because I didn't want anybody to hang up on me again.
Okay, that was not nice at all. Yeah.
It was terrible. Okay, so
Mine will not be like Dr. Secret own.
but one little second, can we just get your full name, please?
Well, my name is Antonia Mason.
Antonia Mason. All right, Antonia. Thank you so much for calling. What took you so long?
Well, I was listening to see if I can, I hesitated, but then I said, okay, let me give my story. I have a story.
Good. Looking
Nice.
forward to hearing
Sounds
it,
good.
Antonia. You may be the lucky winner. You never know. Anwale.
No, but I'll give you my story. Well, it happened that it's a number of years ago that my cousin had asked me to take me out with him. But I was like to be a passport for him. I had to go to an event. So I went. I hesitated, but then I went. So while we had the event, he saw, because he was supposed to see somebody he wanted to see at that event, but they couldn't connect. But so I had to be there with him. So when we went to the place, he was there with the person, talking to the person, so I was there like all alone, So a young man came up to me and he said me, "Hi, how are you?" I said, "I'm fine." He said me, "But why are you there all alone?" I said, "Well, I'm actually there with my cousin." He said, "You're there with your cousin?" I said, "Yes, I'm there with my cousin, but he's there with somebody." So then he said me, "Are you okay?" Then he made sure I had my drinks and everything was okay and whatever. He kept on telling the staff to check on her, make sure she's fine and everything like that. But in the beginning, he was eyeing me and I was pretending I was not watching. Yes, I was pretending I wasn't watching. So then eventually, he came to me. All right. So, okay. So then after, but I didn't see him for a little while, but then he came back and then he said me, "Okay, yeah, that's your cousin for true." I said, "Well, what?" And he said me, "I went to him and asked him." I don't want my head to get, get in trouble. So then my cousin telling me, "Yes, he's there, but he's keeping an eye on me, and then it's okay, he can speak to me." So then we exchanged numbers, and but one thing that struck me at the time, he was a supervisor where he was, and I could see he was working along with his staff. I said, "Wow, that's nicer to be in a place he's working along with his staff. There, everybody's been checked on, and he was there like a." Just like an ordinary worker. So I didn't even really know he was a supervisor at the time. So then we exchanged numbers, and I left with my cousin. So he asked me, "Please call me." I said about 2 days I didn't call, but when I called, he said, "Oh my God, I thought you would never call me."
Wow.
Yeah, so I said, "Yeah, you were on my mind." So I said, "Let me give you a call." So then he asked me, "Can I invite you out to dinner or something?" I said, "Yes, okay." I told him, I said, "Okay," and I said, "Can I bring a friend with me?" He said, "No problem." And I brought the friend with me.
Yes.
And he, we had dinner and everything, and then it happened that we connected. I was all excited when I got home. Imagine I was excited. I said, "Oh, I met somebody, it's so nice and everything." And whatever, because I myself, along the way you get connected with people, and then you find yourself in the wrong relationships, or the people are just they have their other interests. So I wasn't looking for any partner or anything like that when I went, and himself was in a failed relationship, so he had kind of given up on love completely. So he said, he's done with that, and he wanted to stay by himself for a while and just see how life goes. And then, so it all just happened, like none of us was not looking, and it happened that we just connected when none of us had it on our mind. And up to today, today, we're still together. It's about 35 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Bravo to you. Wow.
Yeah, we have a son, and then we have a grandchild now, and then it just worked out, and then we didn't rush to get married. He always say when he meets somebody, I was at my mom's home, I was at my mother's home. My mother was a single parent, and then he say, "You don't want to take me out of my mother's home and, to just have me living with him." So he say he wants to make sure, we go to our home and, and that sort of thing. So. And then we got married about 7 years.
Sounds like a real gentleman. And what I like about him is when you asked him if you can bring a friend along, he had no problem with that.
But why did you ask that? Why did you ask that? Were you still not comfortable?
Yeah, I didn't really know him. I didn't really know him. I didn't know nothing. Like it's not somebody I had seen or met anywhere. So I said, I wouldn't feel just okay just going out just to be with him. So I say, I had my friend Joyce. I say, I had spoken to her how I said I thought that person was so nice. He was like, a perfect gentleman, and he took care of me, make sure I was all right and everything. But I say I just want to have somebody there with me. So we did that. And the other thing was, and along the way, I was working at the time, and he asked to come and pick me up, if it's okay. And he came and picked me up from work. He made sure from then on he was picking me up every day from work and that sort of thing. And the thing I like about him, he was totally honest about everything. And he said, well, he sees like that person, that's the person he sees like the qualities in me, that's the person he'd want for his wife. And that's the person he wants for his wife. And then I saw that he was really responsible. He was on time. When he tell you the time, he would be there for that time. I saw no trick. I saw no like bluff and that sort of thing. And when it was time, he took me to his parents, he took me to his mom, and and I saw how they were getting along, so I said that's very good qualities. He make sure she, when the time comes, he give her what he has to give her and that sort of thing. And he takes his responsibilities really, really, really serious. Yeah.
Sounds like a real gentleman there. Sounds like a real gentleman.
A real gentleman,
Yes.
Yes.
All righty. Okay. Thank you, Antonia. Thank you so much for your story.
Okay, thanks for listening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you
and
so
thanks
much.
for calling. Thanks for calling. Yeah. As I was saying, Lady J, actually, if a program like that was on, I said maybe once a week, where people are calling and to give these stories, I just find them so exciting.
Yeah, very lovely.
Wow, what a story. And there's so many lessons in there. One thing about the gentleman she was talking about there, her current husband, is that he was a humble guy. He wasn't showing off. She said he never gave her any indication that he was the supervisor at the place. A lot of guys would be strutting the stairs around, I'm the boss. I think, we have ways of trying to show up. But he was humble and everything, right? And then, as I said to her a while ago, she asked him, can I bring a friend? He didn't have a problem with that. Some other fellas would say, no, but why you have to bring a friend?
Especially depending on where you wanted to bring the person. What if it's an expensive restaurant or whatever? And sometimes it's the friend that orders the most expensive whatever. You say, the lobster.
I think if I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
But it worked out.
Yeah, it's like if, for example, if I'm interested in somebody, right? I'm interested in somebody, and say they're there with a friend of theirs, right? And I'm offering to buy the person I'm interested in a drink. I would offer, to buy her friend a drink as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, whether male or female, or especially if you see you have maybe their mother in the area there, their father. If they said, my mother and father happen to be there, I say, hey, let me buy a drink for them as well.
Well, Andre, you have to remember that's providing that you had that amount of money in your pocket, because you don't know what kind of drink they're gonna ask for.
Mamili.
So you would still ask.
Mamili, I'm interested in the lady.
In those days, they didn't have credit card. Remember?
Mamili.
She talk about 35 years ago. Oh well, yeah, they had credit cards. Yes.
Yeah. So a few little lessons there, and also just a final thing before we take the calls. Sometimes we think that the world is bereft of singles, right? We tend to think, where will I meet somebody else? Remember, we had a call earlier this week, or was it last week, where the scholar said that she had given up on solution men already, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we think as though there are no singles around. And look at that. I mean, the guy happened to be single, obviously. She happened to be single at that particular point in time. So there's always...
neither one of them were looking at the time.
Exactly.
So it made it even more interesting.
Yeah, so we think as though there's no hope. There's always hope. Okay, so
between Bernard Haynes and Vincent Frederick and Antonia Mason, which one will qualify today?
That's right. Which is your
get
favorite
into
story?
The box.
Okay, so please give us a call at fixed line 572-9710, 572-9710, or you can WhatsApp 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. And you notice she was also talking about the qualities that that this guy has, right? He's serious, he's punctual, things like that. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Married material stuff.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yes. I would like to vote for Antonia Mason.
That's number three.
That's number 3.
And why is that?
I would like to vote for Antonia Mason because I actually know of the relationship. And I know of the relationship, and I've always looked at them as an ideal couple. That's the way they started, the way they went about it. And to this day, 35 years later, they're still very much in love.
Oh, nice. Wonderful.
Yes. So I will vote for that story because sometimes you live your life in a way not knowing that it impacts other people.
Right.
But on the outside, you're looking in and you've been part of it. You know of it. She doesn't know who's calling.
Yeah.
But yes, I will vote for her.
She doesn't know who's calling? Are you serious?
She doesn't know who I am.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Calling
Interesting.
now, yeah, but I have been just
You're inspired by the two of them.
inspired. Correct.
Wow.
And sometimes
Very nice.
You hear people saying there's no love out there and people don't love anymore and
Yeah.
relationships are not going good. You always hear of the bad ones, but you don't hear of the good ones. And like Andre mentioned just a short while ago that if every week you could hear a story of a relationship that's going good, if you would inspire and motivate other people that there is love out there.
Well said, Carla. Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Correct.
We like to talk about the bad ones and he's not good and she's not good and that one's cheating and this and that. But there are lovely stories out there.
There certainly are.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I hope
Okay.
I hope is she there? She's gone.
Still there?
I'm
I
here.
was just saying, what about you? Could you call us tomorrow and give us your story?
That's another story.
My partner has been asking me, when are you calling to give your story?
Oh, great. So we'll expect a call from you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Stay close to that phone.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
calling.
calling.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
All right. So let's go to the WhatsApp platform. Good morning.
Good morning, Andre. Caller number 3.
Caller number 3.
Number
Why are
three,
you choosing
okay.
caller number 3?
It's just I find that guy he kind of remind me of my husband, a gentleman, and taking it slowly, and she said it had a similar click to mine. Now she stayed 2 days later before she actually called, and that's what I did. And my husband said, I thought you wouldn't call, but you're not showing them that you're so in a hurry to get off with
Andre,
them.
save that story for tomorrow. We want that call.
Of course.
I did give my story.
She called already.
Call again. Call again.
With the same story?
I think I will.
Did she get into the box?
Of course, Andre.
Oh, okay.
No, I
She
didn't.
got, well, exactly.
Did you-
Once
did
you
you-
didn't get into the box.
Oh, so you did. Oh, that's
the
right. She didn't
unique
make
thing
it.
about that story is the guy is still there 35 years later, so he was very serious about
Yes.
meeting being with this lady.
Yeah.
Okay, caller number 3.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty.
But please call
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Thank
Get your
you.
get into the box tomorrow.
Okay. So, a person hung up.
One more.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
more call.
Hello.
Morning.
Hi there. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good
It's
afternoon.
Yeah.
How you doing?
We're well.
good.
How about you?
Yes.
I'm good. I'm voting number 1
Okay.
Number 1 from Bernard. Yes. So why are you
Yes.
voting for Bernard?
because I believe that God was looking out for him. God had someone special for him. That's why he got a disturbance with the mother-in-law and the father-in-law.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Until that he found that person that was there for him.
That's a
All
good
right.
point. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
welcome.
Okay, so we have 2 merits there for Antonia and 1 for Bernard. All right.
Right.
So, folks, we are looking for you to give us a call and just vote as to who you think should be the qualifier for today, because we're looking for qualifiers each day. 1
Yeah.
qualifier. So here we go. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm voting for Antonia Mason.
Number
Okay,
3.
number 3.
All righty. Why?
I love her story, romantic,
Girl
and girl connection.
connection. All right. Okay. Very
agreed,
well.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, there you have it. Antonia
Good.
Mason, you are today's qualifier. Your name will go into the box for the draw, which will take place. Hopefully, if people are calling, it looks like people are calling now, right,
Yes,
Lady J?
yes.
Yeah, things are looking up.
And guess what? That's a closer chance to get into. Maybe her name will be the one that will be called out on Friday, Andre. Out of
You never know.
our so far 7 names,
Yeah, you never know.
So yes, we've got Antonia for today, Mason, and we have Aloysius Polius, Bernard Haynes, Phil Leo, that's Dr. Phil Leo. We have Joseph Sylvester, Tony Alexander, and Stephen Cole.
Yeah.
Stephen Cole was yesterday, of course.
I'm talking about Joseph Sylvester. It's his birthday today.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and
we
folks,
did wish him a happy birthday.
the caller, the last caller, Antonia. Remember that, Because sometimes we have this, what they call this lack mentality. We think as though there's no more opportunity, right? There's nobody there out there. Everybody's taken already. That is that's not true. That is just not true. Right?
There's one for everybody.
Think of it, a population of 180,000 people. You think everybody's taken already? And guess what? Hey, DJ, every day, I believe every day in this world, okay, let's talk about St. Lucia. I believe every day in St. Lucia, a couple breaks up.
Possibly.
Yeah?
Possibly.
And we're not talking about break up to make up, We're talking about break
completely
up.
over.
Yeah. So there's always an opportunity. I like that little part of the story there where the two of them just happened to be single, right? And she wasn't looking for anybody per se. She just happened to go out with her cousin and look at what happened. I love these little stories. They're great, man.
Yeah.
Bravo to all of you.
Bravo.
Yes,
yeah.
Bravo to all of you. Yeah.
Nice story.
Wow. So maybe
I hope those two persons who call us tomorrow with their story, Andrew. We need to hear their story.
Let's hope so.
Sounds interesting, especially the one who said my story was similar. I called him on day 2.
Let's hope so. Alrighty, so folks, we're gonna have to wrap it up. This has been another Our Love Story. I want to thank you. Honestly, I really want to thank all of you who take the time to call, who take the time to listen, and call to participate, and those who call to judge.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. It was a little challenging.
We had to wait for the second.
It's still a little challenging.
But then it flowed,
because we're a little, St. Lucia is a small country. We're afraid.
They're hesitating, yeah.
But I think
and you can tell by the callers, the judges, that they would like to call, but they're hesitating. Yeah.
I think they're beginning to feel the vibe. Feel the vibe. Alrighty, folks. We're going to wrap it up. So this has been
7 qualifiers.
Yes, Our Love Story on REV-UP St. Lucia. Tomorrow morning, join us again, same time, 11 o'clock, right? Let me see, tomorrow is Wednesday. So tomorrow is going to be 11, but on Thursday, because of the healing process, that's at 11:30, we'll have to have Our Love Story from 10:30 instead.
Right.
Okay,
yes.
from 10:30.
So make sure you call early on Thursday.
Definitely. All right, folks, so thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. Do take care of yourself. And Lady J, what do you have coming up on the REV-UP Center today?
Well, apart from hits of the day, beautiful music, I want to talk today a little about the knee, because a lot of people have knee problems. So I want to talk about that today. Yes. And, we may have see the guys come over today to talk about the Independence walk. That's coming up on the 21st.
Alrighty.
Yes,
so looking forward to that.
Stay tuned for that. Yes.
Yeah. So Lady J will be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Then from 3, Zen the DJ comes on until 6 o'clock this evening. Then from 6 until 7, I'll be back here, God willing, with Dr. Leonard Suraj live for Doctor in the House.
Okay.
Dr. Suraj always has some very, very interesting topics and some very interesting guests.
Yes.
I think maybe sometimes people tend to forget because, it's evening time, people are getting involved in other things. Yeah, but
when I'm on the road, I'm listening. So that's the thing. You can't, at that time, you really getting persons that are in their vehicles because, all the other television stations are bringing the news on around that time. So you are right. It's to capture them while they're in the vehicles.
So if you're interested in listening to Doctor in the House, do tune in this evening from 6 until 7 right here on REV-UP St. Lucia. So Our Love Story brought to you with the compliments of Crown Auto, A1 Optical, Premier Glass Services, Kibby's Sports Bar, Foxy Roxy, Ultramart Supermarket, Ferrens Food Products, and JJ's Paradise.
Ready to relax, splash and explore? All in one day? Come to JJ's Paradise in Marigot Bay for our day pass package. Take a dip in the